Hey y'all, it is time to wrap up our unboxing for this school year. This is part 2. Okay, so I have to admit, I do have a few more pieces of curriculum coming in the mail, but this is the majority of everything, and I think that this is gonna do it, I hope. But y'all know how that goes. We're going to just go ahead and unbox what we have and get into today's video. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Renee, homeschooling mama to a 12, a 10, and a 6-year-old. 7th, 5th, 1st grade. We're gonna dive into these boxes. I'm going to put these on the floor and then I will just start opening them and then we'll kind of talk through what we have. Let's start there. Okay, box is cleared. Let's go ahead and dive into our first package. It is I don't know because it's just blank, but I really like that because it just gives the element of surprise, and I ordered this so long ago that I don't really remember. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but let's go ahead and get into our first box. Sorry if this is loud in the mic, or it could give you a little ASMR. I don't know how you feel. All right, so let me take this first part out. All my personal information on it. All right, so here we go. I'm really excited because we're going to be kind of taking I don't want to say like a different approach, but I guess from seeing this you'll kind of see a little direction that we might be trying out this year. So starting off with this little postcard, just a little thank you card. All right, first things first, it is, well, I can tell you who it's from. Simply Charlotte Mason, and this is the number sentence cards for book 3. This is In the Word Student Bible Study. This is book 2. And it says your students will grow in faith in these weekly 15-minute Bible study lessons that can be completed independently or with the help of a teacher. I'm really excited for my girls to do this. I'm trying to still figure out how our actual routines or like our daily routines are going to go in our homeschool this year. But I'm just trying to figure out maybe incorporate this in the morning or later on in the evening or night. I'm not sure yet. Or if we'll do this together or if I want them to do this on their own. This is book 1, same In the Word. And this one is a 10-minute Bible study. All right, moving from Bible studies to, I thought this grid here, dry erase board, but it's a grid. Get a little closer. For math, and then it comes with a dry erase marker. I plan on using this with my, either my 5th grader or my 1st grader. I'm really not sure yet, but I just really thought this was really cool to help with keeping them organized when they're doing their math work, their math problems. Okay, I'm excited about, I've kind of been reading throughout the summer, the Charlotte Mason approach. And we're going to be adding music study to our days. So here we go. First one is the music study for Bach and Price. And I still have some things that I want to actually add to this. So I can't wait to incorporate this into our homeschool. And I think this also, the one I purchased, I feel like I got the one with the music, the downloads for that. I'm also really excited about this y'all. I have for the Charlotte Mason early elementary arithmetic series. I have book 1. And I also have book 3. Y'all, of course, I will be, I'm gonna flip through. Y'all know I'm gonna hit y'all with a flip through of the curriculum that I show you guys today. So stay tuned for that. But I'm excited about that. I was thinking about maybe using this with my first grader. I'm not sure how this will look yet. I'm gonna have to kind of go through it and see and just kind of, I don't know, I just still need to explore this a little bit more for him. But I think this would really work good for him. I still have to kind of come at teaching him like a different way. And I just feel like I can make this work for the idea I have in my head. So I just want to see how this would work. But I really think that this will be really cool. And then as far as this one, I liked, because I was just reading the just the sample of them online on their website. I was thinking about maybe using this for my 5th grader. And it's just extra into, well, you'll see what we're using for my older kids later. But I want to just maybe incorporate this as well. So this might not be like an everyday thing, but it's going to make sense, y'all. I'm going to explain it further as we kind of go through it and kind of like implement it in our days. And I'll share with you guys how I plan on using this series. But I want to flip through this with you guys, and I'm really excited about this series. Also, poetry. We love poetry in our homeschool. So I saw the Robert Louis Stevenson. This is the Enjoy the Poems. Well, let me read. It says, get to know a poet and his style through 26 complete poems and a living biography. I think this will be really, really cool to add in. You know, yeah, I could flip through this too with you guys as well to kind of get, but it's just 26 of his complete poems. So got that. Okay, let me try to. You would think by now that I would have this unboxing a little bit more organized, but I didn't. Okay. I'm excited about Charlotte Mason. Y'all, I've been really stalking their site and just get myself familiar, and you'll see a little further into this haul. Really, really love the approach for Charlotte Mason. And I really been enjoying Simply Charlotte Mason. Okay, next. Math. We just was talking about math. So it's only fitting to just kind of dive right into it. And if you know, you know. Then me learning. Math, you see. We have been doing this from the beginning of our homeschool. And we just trucking right along with Math, you see. Sorry, y'all, again. If this is loud in the mic. Information. Okay. So this year, my 7th grader will be moving on to Zeta. And my 5th grader is going to be moving on to Delta, I think. But let me share with you what I have. So I have the manipulatives for the algebra decimal insert kit for Zeta, 7th grader. I really love the manipulatives with Matthew C, y'all. I think that's one of the things that really stood out to me with this curriculum, with just having the manipulatives. Okay, so let me share with you guys what you have. You have the insert kit, the little pamphlet that shows you what's going on inside with your manipulatives. I'll show you well, I could share with you just like this right here, so I don't have to lift everything out. This is what's in the box. You can see that in there. I just have to. Okay. Really excited to see how we use these. Okay. Oh. Okay. Show you what else we have in here. Okay. So this is, oh, look at that upgrading this. Okay. So this is the DVD. And if you've seen like the previous years, it's just like in like the regular Blu-ray disc or like the DVD little box. But look at them. They got a little flat. This is the DVD that comes with it. But I also, I think, matter of fact, no, I think they changed it up with it being online. I think you have to purchase something else for like a year. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. And I think that's why I went with strictly the DVD. Just because, y'all, what stressed me out a little bit when it comes to stuff like that, when it's like kind of locks you in for like the, you know, like a year, you have this time to complete it, is sometimes we may have to, it takes a little longer for us to kind of complete some things. And I just didn't want to feel pressured into locking myself into that. So that's why I just went ahead and purchased the DVD, which is fine. Got a little DVD USB to hook up to her laptop, and she could just put that in and we can just go for it like that. So that's why I chose that. We kind of switched it up on us with that. Okay, so we have Delta. This is for my 5th grader, and she has the test and then the student workbook. And you know what was good? What was good about this? All I had to do was purchase this for my 5th grader because my 7th grader has already gone through it. And so we already have the instructor's manual and also the DVD for it, since we already purchased it for my older child when she went through it. And these are online still because I guess they locked us into, since you've already purchased the way you could purchase in the past. The you're having a brain fart. The curriculum is online as well, if that makes any sense. But I'm really excited when curriculum works out like that, when I've already purchased it for my older daughter, and then all I have to do is just purchase the test and the student workbook. That makes me excited. So we have those. And then, since my 7th grader is kind of blazing the trail before all my other kids, of course we had to get the instructor's manual, and then her student workbook, and the test. So this is math for my 7th and my 5th grader. This all okay. But like I said, we've been using Math You See from the beginning of our homeschool journey, to be honest, and we really like it. And I like that we can kind of progress and the girls know what to expect with this curriculum. So it's nothing new. They know, go on, watch the video and go through their lessons. And I love that this is video lessons because that helps me out a whole lot. And with Mr. Demi, y'all, I have been learning math right along with my kids, especially when it comes to like I struggle with math in school. So if I could learn like this, I feel like it's just the way he teaches, I can understand a whole lot better. I feel like I would have been better with math in school if I had him as a teacher, but whatever, can't go back. But we've been enjoying spelling. I'm sorry, not spelling you see, but we enjoy spelling you see too, but math you see. So we're going to continue going with math you see. Now, this box, I know what's in it because I've already opened it. I've already opened it and been in one of the books. Y'all, it is really hard to sit and watch curriculum boxes pile up at your door and just sit in the homeschool room and not be curious to go in it. That has been a struggle for me. So waiting these past few weeks and just looking, I'm like just staring at these things daily. Let's go ahead and dive into this one. And then y'all, this is nasty. I try to put the paper back in. So when I do this video, anyway. Guess what we went back to? Simply Charlotte Mason. And guess what we have? We have the Philosophy of Education, Volume 6. Definitely me, her, on my back porch or in my garden. I have been kind of reading through this, and y'all, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So now that I actually can free this out completely, I can just like dive into this wholeheartedly. But y'all, I have been loving this so far. Okay, personal information again. You know one thing I enjoy about receiving packages from Simply Charlotte Mason? These beautiful little postcards. Look how pretty that is. I didn't really show you guys the other one that we received. I just like, that's really cute. Okay, back on track. So once again, adding a little bit more things into our homeschool. I am growing, guys, and I'm learning new things and just new directions for us that we could possibly take. So, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Shakespeare in 3 Steps by Mrs. Sonia Schaefer. Y'all, have y'all ever listened to a Simply Charlotte Mason podcast? Or I like watching their YouTube videos. I can just listen to Miss Schaefer all day. Like, her voice is just... Anyway, purchase this. And I'm also excited about this, y'all. Picture Study Portfolios. We chose Monet to start off with. Let me read this to y'all, okay? I really feel really good about this. Okay. Easy to use, everything you need to successfully do picture study in this portfolio. Short, just one 15-minute lesson once a week is all it takes to spread this feast. Convenient. Now you and your family can learn and enjoy art together. Flexible, you can set the pace, select which includes pictures you want to study and when. Enrich and cultivate within your children an appreciation for what is just, true, and beautiful. And each portfolio, because they have many that you can choose from on their website, a personal portrait of the artist, a timeline to show you where the artist fits in history, a living biography of the artist, 8 full color works by the artist, step-by-step instructions for doing picture study, if you're new to that, and which we are, so I appreciate that, helpful leading thoughts for giving a picture talk, and recommended books for additional learning. I am really excited to incorporate this into our homeschool year this year. So that is it from Charlotte Mason, Simply Charlotte Mason. We're going to continue moving on to our next box. Next box. Let's start with that. The good and the beautiful. All right, so when I know what's in this box because they have like books that they basically are free. I think it's like the beginning of the summer. Who doesn't want a free book? Okay, who doesn't want a free book? So I went on there and I purchased these. No, I didn't purchase anything, y'all. I picked these out for my kids to add to their bookshelf. And this is for like their summer reading plan, but we already had books picked out for our summer reading. But these are just good to have. So when they can get to it, guess what? They have books that they can read. All right, let me show you what it comes with. Cute bookmark. You can never have enough bookmarks. Let me set this on the floor. A reading log. And like I said, this went with their summer reading program. It's kind of like a little pamphlet. Oh, and some stickers and another book. You could never have enough bookmarks and stickers. My kids love stickers. So that is it's inside of the pamphlet. 2 And then this would be for, I'm not sure which one is for who. I know this one would be for my little man here. And then I'm thinking maybe, I don't want to lie, I don't know what kid is for what. I can't remember. But this is the free books that we did choose for each one of my kiddos. Like I said, who does not want a free book? So that's what I have from the first box of The Good and the Beautiful. Let's get into this next box. Yay! All right. Just make sure we are all set. All right. Just didn't want to have my personal information out there like that. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with The Good and the Beautiful lately, but Miss Phillips has been just dropping new curriculum, new lessons, and I'm here for it. So let's get into this one. I'm gonna save these later for my children to pop. The enjoyment they get out of popping these. All right, let me get my personal information out of there. You guys ready? I don't want to open it like that because let me just kind of pick some out. First, let me move this over so you guys can kind of see me. Here we go. This right here, poetry parties. This is for my little man. Definitely getting into more and more poetry with him. And I just picked this up because I thought this would be really cute for us to add into his little morning routine. And then, oh, y'all, you can make, here where you can kind of make little things. Look at that. And then let me show you. Look at that. The little. Sorry, that's my dishwasher. Okay, back to it. But look, they have the poems on the side, and then they have where you can do a little activity. Hopefully y'all can see that. But I thought this would just be really cool to add to morning time, starting off our day with a little poetry. Now, let's see. I'm trying to get, okay, because I was ordering stuff mainly for my kindergarten or my 7th grade. Here we go. My Level K Africa reader. Like I said, again with poetry, my first poetry reader. Definitely want to incorporate that more and more with him, like I do for my girls. Because he sits in there while we're reading it, but I just want something that's kind of dedicated, you know, to him, for him and I to go through. Now, let me make sure I didn't get anything else from my kindergarten before I get into this next thing, y'all. You can tell how excited I am. Oh yeah. Okay. This is how you know you order too much stuff. Like, get offline. You don't remember. Okay, so the 50, there's not a the in there. 50 Books Club. Isn't that really, really cute? I got one for both of my girls, and this is for ages 5 to 99. And look at that. I really, really like that. So I got both my girls this. Then I have been stalking their site since probably like the beginning of this year, because I know, and then like she told me when she was gonna release it. Now she didn't tell me personally, y'all, but she said when she was gonna release it, and I was just somehow hoping, like, you know, release it a little bit earlier. Wait a minute, before I get into that, I got finger painting. I got this for my little man. Let me see. Y'all, I can also flip through these as well. It was, my little guy has grown a lot over the past few years, because it was at one point where he would not touch, like texture things like slime, paint, didn't like the feeling of it. And now he has worked himself up to being able to paint, play with slime, Play-Doh, just like different texture things. I don't know if that was maybe forced upon him from his older sisters, because they love slime, Play-Doh, and just like needles, the squishy, like they just love that for whatever reason. So he's worked himself up to like want to paint, and I just thought I can flip through this book though. I can include this in the flip through series if y'all want finger painting. Now, like I said, stalk this site. She already said when she was going to release this, and I was just like, maybe she's going to release it a little early. Please. Language Arts and Literature Level 7 Course Book Part 1. Answer key. Part 2. New, y'all. This is the updated curriculum for The Good and the Beautiful. Listen. Of course, a flip through is coming for this as well, but I am so excited to go through this with my 7th grader. And they have readers. Now, last year when I used The Good and the Beautiful, I did not use it like fully. Like I didn't purchase the readers. This year, I have the readers. I have the readers because I'm taking like a different direction when it comes to literature in our homeschool with like reading comprehension and just like all things in that direction. So this year, I want to go through with literature basically. Because last year we had BJU, but this year fully into this. I think the only thing that we won't be using from The Good and the Beautiful is the writing and spelling this year. But everything else, we're using it. I'm excited about this new direction. So we have, I think it's 5. This is my first time seeing the readers as well, y'all. So that's why I'm looking down. And last but not least, this is what my 7th grader will be going through this year with The Good and the Beautiful. I'm really excited. Like I said, I have a few more things that is coming through the mail as we speak. But for the majority of everything, y'all, this is going to wrap up our unboxing for our upcoming school year, our 4th school year. And from what you guys have seen, if you've been following me for a little while, this is kind of taking a little different approach than what we normally would do yearly. But I'm excited for the newness. I'm excited to try new things. I'm excited to see how this all fits and if this is going to be what we need, or maybe we will have to pivot. But I really feel confident about the curriculum selections that I have chose for our upcoming school year. So y'all, I will see you guys in a future video very, very soon, because it's either going to be flip throughs or pretty much my curriculum picks video. Either way, I will see you guys in an upcoming video. Bye, y'all.